Hello. A new review has begun today into whether carers in Norfolk had their foster children removed unfairly.
The Children's Services Department at Norfolk County Council has had a difficult few years. Just over 2 years ago, in February 2013, it was rated as inadequate by Ofsted. A new interim director, Sheila Locke, was brought in later that year. She said there was something fundamentally wrong with the department. Today, a review has started into claims that children had been wrongly removed from foster carers. It's the second review in 2 years, and it's the second time the review has been chaired by Ian Parker. We'll hear from him in a moment after this from our chief reporter, Kim Riley.
Ian and Joyce Kennedy are experienced foster parents. For 3 years, 2 young sisters were part of their family, but last October, the girls were suddenly taken from them.
They were hard work, but, we've been surrounded by kids all our lives, children, grandchildren, and it was, just more children. It's fantastic,
And when they were taken away, very suddenly.
Yeah, it destroyed me.
It's heartbreaking.
Well, you've done nothing wrong, and they take it away. What can you do? You don't know where to go. No one tells you anything.
Christmas was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got our own grandchildren, but they were part of our family.
Yeah.
And they took them away.
Yep.
So you still feel very angry about it?
Yes.
Extremely, yes. Yeah. That's why we're doing this today, because we know we've been done. It's been so unjust, but no one, even now, will listen to us.
The couple have resorted to legal action. A formal letter to the Children's Services Department warns of a possible application to the High Court for a judicial review into the removal of Child P and Child C from their care. The troubled department has been subject to a government directions notice for 15 months. A BBC Freedom of Information inquiry today revealed the extent of the staff shake-up. Following suspensions, 7 staff of the department have been dismissed in the past 2 years, and 9 agency social workers have also been asked to leave. The council hopes aggrieved foster carers will put their trust in this latest inquiry.
The job of being a foster carer is really tough business. I don't think anybody who has cared for anyone else's children would say it's an easy job. It isn't, it's difficult. And it's fraught with difficulty because you are vulnerable, you're vulnerable to allegations. If we have cases where the review team come back to us and say, you got this wrong, these are people who actually would be an asset in terms of continuing to foster, they want to continue to foster and look after children, then I think we have a duty to listen to that.
Tonight, the council's welcomed a letter from the government highlighting a cultural shift within children's services. The Minister for Children, Edward Timpson, says there are clear signs of progress, but significant challenges remain. Kim Riley, BBC Look East.
Well, late this afternoon, I went to Norfolk County Council to speak to Ian Parker, who's chairing that review, and asked him why we needed a second review so soon after the first one.
People were encouraged to come forward. In fact, only a couple of foster carers came forward for me to look at their cases in detail. So I wasn't able to review all the cases. So this is a further opportunity for people to come forward, and its cases will be considered by a multi-agency team rather than just an individual looking at those cases and giving a view on them.
And who will be on that team?
We have a representative of the police, we have a social work team leader from the county, and we've got 2 foster carers, most importantly.
Are you not concerned that having somebody from social services maybe go and talk to somebody who has a complaint is like the police investigating themselves?
Well, first of all, the information is with the county, so people have to know where it is. So I think we do need expertise from that area.
I can see why you would have them review it, but I can't see why you might have them go and talk to people who have a complaint.
That's the reason we've got independence on the panel. If people are unhappy about talking to people from the agencies who've been involved in their case, then as a panel we would seek to solve that and put somebody independent there. In some cases I may choose to speak to people myself.
You say you only managed to speak to a couple of people last time, but we've telephoned the people who were complaining at that time. and some of them knew nothing about your investigation.
Okay,
So something went wrong, badly wrong somewhere, didn't it?
that's what it sounds like. In terms of the contact with foster carers, that wasn't something that I did personally. That was done through the council and the MPs.
But the review is pointless if the people whose cases are under review don't know that you're here.
I can't answer how that happened. I wasn't part of that process of contacting them.
I mean, the BBC phoned these people. Why can't you make a phone call?
People will be contacted if we have information about cases where
You've
there
got
are
16 deregistered foster carers.
Yes.
That's going to take you, to make a phone call, that's going to take you what, an hour?
All the deregistered foster carers will be contacted
By letter.
by letter.
Mr. Parker, thank you. And if you'd like to take part in that review, the address is Parker Review, all one word, at norfolk.gov.uk. And we'd like to hear from you if you've been affected by that story. You can email us at look.east@bbc.co.uk, or you can get in touch on Facebook or Twitter.